What is up, Auburn fans? How are we doing on this Thursday night? I'm your host, Blake Lane, and I am here tonight to talk about the Auburn Tigers 2025 football schedule that was just released, and the times were set. The windows, the TV windows are now available, and we're going to take a look at those tonight. And we know the first three games have already been set, right? Baylor at 7 o'clock on that Friday night. Fox, they've got it, 7 p.m. Central. The blackout on the Bras and all that, right? We talked about that the other night. Ball State, 6:30 p.m., Jordan Hare Stadium. Night game in Jordan Hare, that's awesome. And then 11:45 a.m., South Alabama in week 3. Hey, I like that. I like playing them early, getting it over with, getting your rest before you go to Oklahoma, right? For that week 4 matchup, I think you should be 3-0 going into that setting. So that's going to be big. Look, let's look at these flex windows and kind of talk about that and everything. If some people aren't familiar with the time windows and all that, so the early window, when you see by the game it says early window, that means from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Right? So you're getting that breakfast kick, that lunch kick, the brunch kick, as you could say. And then the afternoon window is 2:30 p.m., which is usually going to be ESPN, ABC, or you get that 3:30 kick, which is like SEC Network and things like that, right? And then the night window, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m., ESPN, ABC. And then your flex window, if you see a game that says flex, it's from 2:30 to 7. So it could be in any of those time slots right there. So we went over the first 3 games, right? I think you should be 3-0. We'll do schedule predictions at a later time. But going into that fourth game, that Oklahoma at Oklahoma, September 20th, right? That's a flex option right there. So once again, that 2:30 to 7 p.m. window, I want that game to be at 2:30. Stay out of the night game in Norman. Do not want that. We saw what happened to Alabama last year when they went there. Do not want that to be a night setting. And then Texas A&M got an afternoon kickoff, right? Got the afternoon window, so 2:30 or 3:30. Could probably see that one being an ABC 2:30 special. And so, look, night game, Georgia, massive, coming off of Oklahoma, coming off of Texas A&M, that little road stretch right there. That's going to be difficult, but then you get Georgia at home at night. Georgia at night. That's massive. That is absolutely massive to get that rivalry game at night in Jordan Hare Stadium. You could be 4-1, I hope. At worst, be 3-2 against Georgia going into that atmosphere. Jordan Hare Stadium is going to be rocking. I feel like we haven't had this atmosphere in a long time, right? We've been begging for night games. When is Jordan Hare going to get a night game? Well, you got to win to get a night game. And they bless us after going 5-7 with the Deep South's oldest rivalry at night. This is awesome. This is awesome, man. You can't let this opportunity slip. You can't. You have to win this football game, in my opinion. You got to take down Georgia. They have dominated you for the past 20 years. It's time to pay them back a little bit and get one for the good guys. So that next week, you got Missouri in a flex. That game's at home once again. I don't really care what time we play Missouri, right? I don't. I think we should beat them. Should have beat them last year. And then the next week, I love this. You got to go back on the road, Fayetteville. You're playing them in the early slot. Absolutely love it. That's what you want to see. You're playing the Hogs. You don't want the night atmosphere. You don't want that crowd getting into it. You want to play them at 11 or 12, get it over with. You wake up, you kick some tail, get back to the house, right? Get on the flight and get back. And then the next week, you got Kentucky, the flex. Like I said, I don't care when we play Kentucky. Zach Calzada, whoever they run out there, I think we're beating Kentucky. We did it last year up there at the Krog, all that stuff. We spanked them, slapped them around. I think we're going to do the same this year. So I don't give a piss. All right. I don't give a piss when we play Kentucky. I really don't. Vanderbilt, afternoon slot, 2:30, 3:30, don't matter. It's payback for Auburn. Going to Nashville, don't really care. Slapped them around the last time we played them in Nashville. This will be our third straight year playing Vanderbilt. So we're 1-1. We got to win this game. And then another one that is set is Mercer for a 1 p.m. kickoff. That's cool. It's whatever. It's Mercer. You should win that football game. I'm not really worried about that one. Then I think this is the biggest one, y'all. I think this is the biggest one. It is the University of Alabama in the flex spot, the Iron Bowl. Could it be at 2:30? Could it be at 7? Primetime ABC. Could there be a night Iron Bowl in Jordan-Hare Stadium? How electric would that be? Just sit there and think about it real quick. How electric would a 7 p.m. start Iron Bowl be? That would be absolutely nuts. It would be insane. The last time I went to the Iron Bowl at night was in Bryant-Denny in 2014. I had a really fun time there. I know we come up short. We shouldn't have. I felt like we should have won that football game, but we didn't get it done in the second half on the defensive side of the football. So that is the flex, the afternoon, the night, the early slots, all that good stuff, right? That's how the schedule is looking. I think this schedule is favorable for the Auburn Tigers. I think you should win a lot of football games with this schedule. I don't want to hear the Oklahoma, Texas A&M, and then back home to Georgia excuse. I feel like you should go 2-1 in that stretch at worst, and I feel like you should be 5-1 through your first 6 games. I do. I think the Auburn Tigers should. I know those first 6 are tough, but I really do. At worst, you should be 4-2. At worst, you should be 4-2. And then those last 6, man, there looks like a whole lot of wins on those last 6. There looks like a whole lot of wins. I mean, Missouri, Arkansas, Kentucky, Vanderbilt, Mercer. You got to flip the script and make it happen, man. Got to flip the script and make it happen. What's up, Brett? My man in the live chat. Go check me out. I was on the Oklahoma page tonight at the Voice of College Football. I was over there talking about Jackson Arnold and the new house settlement and all of that, man. But war damn prime time. Love to see you in here, Brett. Blake, those Uga boys that said Jordan-Hare Stadium was loud before during the day games, wait till they get a load of Jordan-Hare Stadium after dark. Brett, I'll tell you this too. I remember Carson Beck told Jackson Arnold that the place was voodoo-ish and it was scary and haunted, and it was just a place that you don't ever want to play, right? You don't ever want to play. You don't want to go there. It's got bad vibes, and he felt those bad vibes, right? They had to snatch a win away from Auburn in the fourth quarter due to Brock Bowers and all that stuff. Like, they were on the ropes, man. They were on the ropes for sure. And I feel like a night game in this atmosphere, this fan base is hungry. They are hungry. Those Uga boys think Jordan-Hare Stadium was loud during the 2:30 games. Wait until they experience there. Yeah. Look, this fan base is starving for a night game. This fan base is starving for a night game, man. And I think you're going to get it in that Georgia game. I think your record is going to be very respectable. You probably be ranked in that game, and Georgia will be ranked. And so I think the atmosphere will be that much more electric. And man, I think if you find a way to beat one of your rivals this year and just beating them at night in that experience of going to Toomer's Corner and celebrating and into Sunday morning, I mean, that would be absolutely electric, dude. That's just something. Just spanking them at night would be just. It would set the tone for the 2025 season for me, because that back half right there, I feel like, man, if you beat Georgia, come on. It would be hell on wheels for the Auburn Tigers, in my opinion. So look, I just wanted to do a real quick, short episode on the flex options, the early afternoon, night games, and run down the schedule real quick. I didn't want this to be a long episode. I just had to hop on here. I got a little short break from the weather outside. The weather's still rough in Mobile, Alabama. So if I'm glitchy and all that, just hang with me. I apologize. My internet's been acting up and all that good stuff. So I thank y'all for hanging with me. Everybody subscribe to the channel, share this video, click the bell for notifications, man. I am new to the Voice of College Football on the Auburn page and Auburn Primetime Live. I've been dropping content almost every night this week. So y'all get in here with me, man. We're going to have fun. We're barreling down to football season, dude. I mean, we are just cranking the content and we are getting it out, making it seem so much shorter, man. And do you think the Bama will be after dark? Do you think Bama will let the game be after dark? Brett, I doubt it. I doubt it. They'll push for the 2:30 slot. And the Iron Bowl is notorious for 2:30. They always want that slot. They always want that slot because it backs up to the game, right? The game, and then it's the Iron Bowl and all that stuff. So, I mean, Alabama, they'll fight scratch and claw for that 2:30 slot. So, yeah, I don't think you'll see the Iron Bowl at night, not in Jordan-Hare Stadium. You might see it in Bryant-Denny at night, but it is what it is. You know how that goes. You know how the Birmingham years went and everything like that. So, yeah. But look, hey, appreciate y'all guys for joining me. Like I said, I'm going to keep it short and sweet tonight. Appreciate you. Love y'all. Hold on. Brett responds with another question. Hold on. Let's don't wrap it up just yet. Brett's coming back with more. If both teams are in the top 10, hell yes, the Iron Bowl should be at night. 7 o'clock kick if both teams are in the top 10. Would be absolutely rowdy, Brett. Would be absolutely rowdy. Could be the game of the century, dude. Come on. I mean, the setting of the century. I don't want to say game of the century. Maybe the setting of the century, the atmosphere of the century. Both teams in the top 10. The game is at 11 a.m. Nobody cares about that. You don't want to watch that. You want to watch the Iron Bowl at 7 o'clock in Jordan-Hare Stadium under the lights. New scoreboard up, new video, jumbotron, all that good stuff, man. Electric Jordan-Hare vibes. What would that be like? Come on now. That setting would be insane. It would be crazier than the last time they were in Jordan-Hare Stadium and all that good stuff. So, Brett, I appreciate you filling up the comment section, man. And for the third time now, I'm going to try to get out of here. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Auburn Primetime Live. We're out. War damn Eagle. I'll be back Tuesday night on the live edition, 7 p.m. So thank y'all. Hop in here. Join me then. Love y'all. War damn, baby. I'm out.